Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a trip back into space, where humans apparently never learn their lesson and always decide to poke the angry Xenomorph nest just to see what happens. That's right, we're talking about Alien's Fireteam Elite. Now, this game's been out for a while, but it was recently added to Xbox Game Pass, and of course, as a longtime Alien franchise fan, I couldn't resist testing it on my potato setup. The good old i3 with integrated graphics, no dedicated GPU. Basically, if my PC was a Marine, it would be the one holding the flashlight and running away screaming. But hey, sometimes you just gotta risk it all for the content, right? So let's talk about how this beast of a game, or should I say cat in alien clothing, actually runs on my low-end PC. Honestly, I was expecting my poor laptop to melt into a puddle of aluminum and regret. But to my surprise, Alien's Fireteam Elite actually managed to run decently. On the lowest possible settings, I was pulling a steady 30 to 35 plus FPS most of the time, which is honestly not bad at all if you're rocking something like my setup. It's not buttery smooth, but it's definitely playable. The game never crashed, which is a big win. And while there were a few stutters here and there when loading a new area, it only lasted for a fraction of a second. Nothing game-breaking, nothing rage-inducing. So yeah, performance-wise, if you're running a low-end PC in 2025 and you're curious whether you can join the Alien bug hunt, the answer is yes, you can, and your PC won't explode. Probably. Now, let's dive into the meat of the game, the gameplay itself. Alien's Fireteam Elite is a third-person, team-based cover shooter, and on the surface, it feels pretty competent. You and two other Marines gear up, land in a spooky space environment, and start blasting Xenomorphs left and right. It's functional, it's polished enough, and it scratches that co-op itch if you've got friends willing to join. But does it truly capture the terrifying essence of the Alien franchise? Not really. If I'm being honest, it feels more like a decent sci-fi shooter with an alien paint job than an actual alien experience. The first major problem is how tame the Xenomorphs feel. And I mean really tame. If you've seen the movies, you know these things are supposed to be the ultimate killing machines. Creatures that can punch through skulls with their inner jaw, melt floors with their blood, and terrify entire crews with just their hiss. In Fireteam Elite, however, they act more like angry zoo animals. No gore, no chest bursting, no acid blood hazards, nothing that makes you scream, oh God, I'm gonna die. Instead, they swipe at you like angry house cats, they pounce like an overly affectionate girlfriend, or sometimes they just grab you and hold you up like you're a misbehaving toddler with a dirty diaper. And when you get downed, the immersion breaks even more. You just flop around and crawl slowly like a dying Roomba, while the aliens politely ignore you. It's honestly hilarious when it should be terrifying. The end result? The Xenomorphs lose that nightmare fuel identity, and the game starts to feel more like Alien's theme park adventure. Then comes the issue of repetition, and boy, this one hits hard. The base game only has 12 missions. That's it. Each one takes about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how quickly your squad plays, and how much time you waste in the lobby trying to find teammates who haven't rage quit yet. So let's say you're committed and finish the whole campaign. Congrats! You've now seen almost everything the game has to offer in about 8 to 9 hours. After that, well, welcome to Alien Groundhog Day Edition, where the only thing left to do is replay the same missions on higher difficulties. Sure, the enemies get tougher and you'll die faster, but it doesn't change the fact that you're repeating the same levels again and again. It's like microwaving the same leftovers 3 nights in a row. Technically food, but you're not exactly excited anymore. And then there's the cosmetic grind. The developers clearly thought we'd care a lot about dressing up our Marines and weapons with skins, decals, and goofy hats, which could have been fine if this were Fortnite. But this is Aliens, a game that takes place mostly in dark corridors and spooky spaceships where nobody can even see your flaming skull sticker on that zebra-striped assault rifle. What's the point of flexing your cosmetics if your squad mates need night vision goggles just to notice your shiny new hat? Instead of wasting development time on Fortnite dress-up, they should have given us more missions, more variety, maybe even more enemy types. Instead, it feels like they went, well, we don't have content, but hey, here's a pink camo pattern for your gun. Another huge missed opportunity is the lack of personality. And I don't just mean the characters, I mean the entire vibe. This is Aliens, one of the most iconic sci-fi horror franchises in history. Where's Ripley? Where's Hicks? Where's Hudson screaming, "Game over, man, game over"? Instead, we're stuck with a bunch of generic, forgettable 20-something Marines who sound like they just got hired at a Starbucks. There's no witty banter, no tension-filled dialogue, no iconic moments. The lore collectibles scattered around the levels are supposed to give you background, but the voice acting is so dry and monotone that I skipped most of it. Imagine getting a collectible that tells you about Ripley's past, and the voice actor sounds like they're reading a grocery list. It kills the mood completely. Now let's talk DLC, because this part actually made me laugh, not in a good way. For just 3 extra missions, the developers asked for about half the price of the base game. 3 missions! That's like paying half the cost of a burger meal for just the pickle. It feels like a ripoff, and considering how short the base game is, it almost comes across as the developers holding back content just to sell it separately later. If you're already disappointed with the base campaign length, the DLC pricing is just the cherry on top of the frustration cake. But to be fair, I don't want to make it sound like the game has 0 redeeming qualities. On higher difficulties with a solid squad of friends, the gameplay does get fun. Imagine being swarmed by dozens of Xenos from vents, ceilings, and corridors while you're desperately setting up turrets, throwing grenades, and yelling at your buddy who forgot to reload. Those chaotic moments can actually feel intense, almost like the Alien movies gave us a little wink of approval. The co-op element is where the game shines. Playing solo with AI teammates is painfully boring, but with actual humans, the panic and teamwork make it exciting. It's just that these moments are too few and far between, and once you've done it a couple of times, the novelty wears off. So overall, the gameplay of Aliens Fireteam Elite feels like a giant missed opportunity. It's functional, it's competent, but it never dares to be bold. Instead of giving us the terrifying, bloody survival horror experience the movies are known for, we get a safe, tame, repetitive shooter with cosmetics nobody cares about. It's not bad, but it's also not what fans were hoping for. It's like ordering a hot, spicy alien curry and getting served plain white rice with a ketchup packet on the side. So here's my final take. Aliens Fireteam Elite on a low-end PC in 2025 is surprisingly playable. You can run it on an i3 with no graphics card and still get a decent experience, performance-wise, which is honestly a win in my book. But as a game, it's fine. Not great, not terrible, just fine. If you're an Alien fan and you can grab it on Game Pass or during a massive sale, go for it. You'll get a few hours of fun shooting down Xenos with your buddies. But if you're looking for an unforgettable Alien experience that captures the horror, gore, and intensity of the movies, this ain't it. It feels like vanilla Aliens, safe and tame, with too much focus on cosmetics and not enough content. For me, this is a one-and-done kind of game. Fun for a weekend, then forgotten. But hey, at least my low-end PC survived the encounter, and that's a small miracle in itself. So that's my review of Aliens Fireteam Elite on a low-end PC in 2025. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss more low-spec gaming content. Let me know in the comments, have you played this game? Did you find it fun? Or did it feel like a bland buffet of space bugs to you too? Thanks for watching, and remember, in space, no one can hear your PC fans screaming.